Hi and welcome back, my name is Emily. This video is a part of a blog hop that is going on to celebrate Trinity Stamps' new release called Sending Smooches. And there is some fabulous prizes to be won if you are following and hopping along and leaving comments at all the stops. And I should mention this, I will do it in the end as well, but the next person in line is Jenny, so the first link in the description box take you over to her channel. So I have started here to color in some of the cute gnomes that are a part of this amazing release, and there is gnomes all over the place in this video as well as in this release. So I started out by coloring two of the gnomes here. I have a fourth on screen, or a third on screen I should say, but I'm using the Sending Smooches stamp set. There is no one like you. I always have a hard time pronouncing that one. But I am loving all of these cuties, and I tried to color them in as springy and Valentine's-y as I could. I don't know if that even is a word, but I'm using it and I'm loving it. So here you can see I'm using my Spectrum Noir markers, going over all over the place using them. It was quite a long time since I pulled these out. I have been loving to use my Copics, but these are really amazing as well. So I was happy that I finally brought them out. The reason I haven't been using them is that they are on an inconvenient place in my craft room, so I have to pull them out literally to get to them. So that is why. I am coloring the wings here with some really light shades of blue, and then I actually used my Copics again, and I like how that turned out. I think it gave them the perfect dimension and shading of being real wings, and of course I will use some glitter on them later on. So I wanted to create some fun backgrounds, and I'm using my grid mat here just to get the placement of my tape correct, because I want to mask off both the top and the bottom of this panel, and I will be using the grids here as well. I'm going to be using two colors of distress inks. I'm using the Sponge Sugar as well as the Candied Apple, and I will keep my coloring lighter towards the top and darker towards the bottom part of this. And I will splatter this when I'm done, and also I'm using my blending brushes from Trinity Stamps. But I will be splattering this with some water as well as some white acrylic paint, but I will be doing that off camera. And that is also why later on you will see some darker spots on my white card panel here. So here you can see the gnome all colored in, and you can see the white splatters there. And then I'm bringing in an older die from Trinity Stamps, and this one is actually a part of the coordinating dies for the Christmas Magic stamp set, and of course this is called a Christmas Magic coordinating die set, and I'm using that one just to create these windows for my holographic paper here that will shine through, and I think this turned out so fun. And I will do the same thing on this panel, but this time I will actually create a slimline version of this card, and I wanted to create a rainbow across my panel instead of just having those pink and red tones. So I'm using a lot of the stress inks here. You can see them all laid out here on the screen. And what I love about these blending brushes from Trinity Stamps is that they are so bringing me such a light hand, and I can't use regular ink blending tools because I'm too heavy on my hand, and I also always get those hard edges. But with these ones, even though I'm going in really hard, I never get those really hard edges. And in real life this panel looks so smooth and perfect, and I'm just loving how this soft rainbow is looking across my panel. And the best part for me is always to reveal it, so you can see here when I'm pulling off my masking that it's amazingly and perfectly and just a rainbow that I love. And of course I will do the same thing with that coordinating die set for the Christmas magic, and we will run it through my die cutting machine, and I will be back and show you the reveal here as well, because I think this just was so magical. You can see that those pieces that this die cut out would be perfect to save and put into a shaker card, because they have all of these pretty colors in the background, or pretty colors on them. So I will do the same thing here with some holographic paper that will beak through all of those stars. And then to trim everything down, I will use a new die here called Modern Embossed Rectangle, and I will do the same thing to the other one. You can see here how it looks when it's all finished, and it comes in all different sizes. For this one I used the largest one, and you can see Trinity Stamps has previously released the same, or not the same, but the same like edging on the modern edged, but this was the slimline version of this one, so I used those two so they could coordinate together. And I'm using a sentiment here called Sent with Love. I just thought I'd coordinate it really well with the gnomes that I used. So pretty and cute, and I am now assembling everything. And you can see here I'm just doing this flat down to my panel, and I'm popping up all my gnomes here. And for the slimline one, of course, I used 2 of them. And for the regular A2 sized one, I will just use 1. And you can see I did them a little bit different, even though these cards look a lot like each other. They have some variations to the coloring and everything. And I used some embellishments from Trinity Stamps just to cover up some of the, I thought was white splatters, but turned out a little bit like yellowish when they come to the white panel. So I covered up a couple of those, and of course I did the same thing to the slimline version here, just to tie them together. And you can see how fun that holographic paper is in the background and how easy that was to create. I used some glitter pen to the gnomes on the hats and the hearts, just to create a little bit more sparkle to these scenes. So as I said in the beginning, this video is a part of a blog hop, and please hop along. And the next one is Jenny, and the link to her YouTube channel is listed down below. I hope you had fun watching this video and that you will be back soon. Bye!